All right, all right, all right. It is a wonderful Wednesday.
Nice. I got your dog here with me outside.
You got my dog.
Yeah, she hears you. She can hear you, and now she's all over my feet.
Okay, I'm trying to do something here. Oh, I messed up here. What I'm doing real quick is just in case. I just want to do a shout out, just real quick. If you haven't heard, our one of our friends who've been on our show before, Patrick Roberts, he actually filmed his house burnt down, and that's not fun. That's never fun. And it was kind of weird that his house burnt down because before I knew that from Bob, first of all, I put his PayPal. If anybody wants to help him out, here's his PayPal. It's right there in the chat. So if anybody want to help out Patrick Roberts, it's hard, especially when your house burns down in winter. I mean, of all times, right? I mean, winter. I mean, it's not good. But the weird thing was, it was kind of strange in a weird way. I had this weird burning smell in my house.
Yeah,
and this is true. And this is no fault. And I was looking everywhere, and I go, Bob, come up here. Do you smell this? And we were trying to find the smell. It smelled like plastic and electrical wiring.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find where it was coming from.
We walked all over the house.
All over the house.
Downstairs. Yeah.
And then we finally found it. Not found it, but my son told me that in the bathroom, the fan, but the fan finally broke. And we were thinking that they used the fan so much that, I'm trying to get this thing. God, today's been crazy. Today's really been crazy. It's
prepping for snow. That's why.
Yeah, and it just, like I said, Patrick, I'm sorry that your house burnt down. That's not cool. Yesterday I thought I was like running around the house, like, where is this burning smell? I was like, because I don't want my house to get burnt down. And then Bob goes, dude, Patrick house he's just filming right now that his house is burning and you're
right now. I'm like, oh, and I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's nothing like that's fun. No, I don't give I live in a fucking backpack, man. I'm all over the goddamn place. Lost my house at the bank fucking couple years back. My sympathy goes out to him. I know how it feels, man. So
I had Scott Morris said I had a plastic burning smell yesterday too. Yeah, I mean it was strong, and now the fan. I think it's from the fan, but I can't sit here and prove it. But it's just kind of weird. And then on the news today, 3 houses all around Des Moines where we live has caught on fire. There's a house in Federal Way caught on fire. There's a house in South Seattle, and another house. It's just like, it's a weird burning fire day. It's weird.
Heaters, man. Everyone's running their fucking heaters because it's a cold snap everywhere. So everyone's got bad heaters running, just bad heaters. I mean, that's my best guess for it. It doesn't excuse the fact that it sucks, but yeah, that's
what exact? I'm trying to remember. He lives in one of those snow states. What state does he live in? I know is it Michigan?
Michigan, I think Michigan up there.
I know it's up there. I know it's up in the snow area.
People wear cheese on their head. What is that at?
Cheese, isn't that Green Bay? Isn't that Green Bay, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin, I think it's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah. I think he's limited to the state. He can't leave the state. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the news here, we're supposed to get like 3 days of snow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yep. Now I know a lot of people thinking, a lot of people live in snow areas. I get that. Where we live in Seattle part, you don't really get snow. So when you get snow here, the roads don't get plowed. Okay? Yeah. So only like the main roads. And where my house is, I have a dead end road. It's a dead end spot. So even if there's a plow down the road, they don't come to front of our house because our road dead ends. And last 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we had a big snowstorm up here. It was so frozen that I couldn't even pull my car out. So 3 years ago, I bought chains for my
Smart.
car, and I never had to use it. So maybe tomorrow or Friday be the first day I get to try out my chains that I bought 2-3 years. Because you buy things for the future, right? So you're buying things that they're thinking, okay, I'm going to be ready for the next snow. So here comes the next season, nothing. It's just, you just can't predict.
Yeah, and also England is snowing. I got a text from some friends over there saying, "Hey, man, as soon as you left, the snow came." It started snowing. They're out there. They're showing me pictures of the outside. My roommates are like showing me pictures, going, "Look, dude, it's snowy."
Yeah, Scott Morin. I'm in Michigan. I have clothes for kids and adults. We live in a weird snow belt in Simicman Valley here in British Columbia, Canada. Oh yeah.
No, man.
Dude, Tom, we're kind of close in a lot of ways. I'm Northwest. You're like British Columbia. We're right next to you. I mean, we're country neighbors.
Yeah, Snowmageddon everywhere you go. It's like what was it? It was snowing in Arab states. It was flooding. It's volcanoes are erupting. You've got lots and lots and lots of flooding all over the back of this fucking turtle right now. So everybody's feeling a little bit of heartache. If you're not a little bit pissed off because of the fucking coronies, well, you're a little pissed off because of the weather. The place is designed to piss you off. Yeah. And then it takes your house.
Yeah. Yep.
Sucks. I know how it feels.
Yeah, yep. I can, man. I can imagine. Tom Murr says you're about 6 hours drive from me. Cool. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's probably about 6 hours. You're right, because cool. I could get to the Canadian border in about 2 hours. If the traffic is normal, there's not a lot of crazy traffic. I could probably get to the border in about 2 hours.
But then getting across the border is a problem, because then you have to show all kinds of. Did you have a shot? Have you taken the test?
I don't know if. I don't think it's reopened yet.
Oh
no! It's only open for workers and stuff. That's it.
So it's closed. Okay.
Not to visit, and yeah. I don't know when it's going to open back up, because last November was my wife and I's original plan to go to Victoria Island. Or Vancouver Island, Victoria Island, Vancouver Island. We're gonna do our anniversary there, but we couldn't. Yeah. So I'm hoping this year by November they open back up.
Yeah, well, a lot of people keep asking me, dude, aren't you like from going back and forth from Europe and all over the place? Yeah, I am. Well, how the hell am I getting around? Because everything's locked down. Well, I tell them I'm a student. I tell them I work for the government. Flash my shit, and they just let me go right by. I get by. They're locked down, and they require, Eric, we talked about, I had to get a test before I got here. I had to sign the 14-day agreement paper, addresses to and from, and so you had to have a negative test to move around. They even ask you, have you gotten your shot yet? I said, no, you can't, I'm allergic. But so they're strict on the borders. You can do it, but it's strict. Like you said, only workers. Only workers.
Scott says Vancouver Island is a Bigfoot hotspot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah, it is.
We got to remember Northwest. I mean, yes. Oregon, Washington, British Columbia. I mean, it's green, it's mountains, it's forest.
Yes.
I mean, for Bigfoot to flourish, to not get caught. You guys ever try to go hunting in the state of Washington? It's not like California hunting where you got trees, right? You got trees, but it's not like Washington where everything's like tree, where you can't even see. You can't even get a straight shot. Where California, there's trees, but it's a little bit more open.
A little sparser, yeah.
But the National Olympics mountains and stuff, I mean, they're just covered. What is this?
A lot of sesame.
Vancouver Island and Washington State are freaky Mandela effect. Oh yeah. We'll have Texas Danny come on here once in a while. And Texas Danny would tell us all the changes that are going on in Washington. And there's a lot of changes. According to him, there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, Puget Sound for me is completely keeps changing. Now, I'm wondering,
I know the answer to this question. Is Canada's drinking age? Yes, it is. It is 19.
Yeah.
When my wife's nephew came to visit us from New York, he was 19, and we took him up to Canada, and he was able to drink at a bar. You know, it was like,
well,
it's
18 in England. It's 18 in England. Yeah,
I think in Denmark it was 16.
Yeah,
if I remember right, in Denmark.
Yeah,
it was 16. Here, I'm gonna type that in. No, we're probably talking about Mars. We're talking about what is the drinking age for Denmark?
I don't think they even have one in Russia. Anybody can drink. Mexico, they don't fucking care.
Drinking laws to sue alcohol in Danish bars and restaurants and cafes. Customers must be 18 years or older. There are no restrictions on children 17 and under who drink at home or, for example, from a bottle in a public park. So if you're Danish, you have to be 18 at bars and restaurants. Yeah. But if you're under 17, it says here you could drink at home or for example, from a bottle in a public park. So 13 to 12 years old, you could be at a public park drinking in Denmark.
Looks like California.
Isn't that weird, Bob? You could drink at a park if you're not 18. But if you go to an actual bar, you got to be 18. Wouldn't you want people not drinking in your park and in your bars instead?
Oh, it's Daneland, man. Everyone's smoking pot in the parks, shooting hair. They have a whole different remember their drug systems are different over there.
It's 18 in Australia.
Yeah.
Tom, our drinking age is 18 in Alberta. Oh, is it 18 in Alberta? Oh, okay. You're in Alberta. I know Vancouver. I know Vancouver City is 19. So you're in Alberta. It's weird how Canada is like broken in threes, right? You have British, French, and what else? There's 3 different sections of Canada. British
it's going away, most of it. It's covered in water. You guys are floating away. You're turning into swampland.
Let's see here. 3 sections of Canada. You got the Prairie Province, the West Coast, the Northern Territories, the Atlantic Province. Well, what are the 3 territories? The 3 territories. Okay, that's what I'm looking of. The 3 of Canada. What is it? Northwest Territories, the Yukon, and Nunavut. Oh, we need Tom Moore to ask that question.
That place, yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are off your rockers today." No, we're not off our rockers today. We're just I'm going to be showing you guys some stuff, but we haven't done this in a while. I'm going to show you some stuff on my website that I've been working on, but I'm going to get that route. While I get that ready, I want to share a video from a good friend, Grandpa's World, that we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
And that's my fault. That's my fault. And Grandpa's World's a great guy. He's awesome. And since we're talking about Mars and the moon and space, his videos is perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of his videos. I'm going to play his intro, and then I'll get my website and some cool changes that I'm doing. And I want to get some input from you guys. So
nice.
So let me play his good old thing. All right. So today, I love his shirts, man. I really do. He's so awesome. His shirts, his hat, his Ghost Strike. He's just a normal, common blue collar guy, just like us.
Hell yeah.
He had 10 views and nobody put a thumbs up. What the hell's with people? Man, you guys, you gotta give him a thumbs up, man. Here, guys, I'm posting his page right here. And I expect everybody to go to his page and thumbs up his video, because this man deserves it. He does it for fun. He's not trying to make money or nothing. This guy does it because he loves telling stories.
And he's got cool t-shirts.
It's these kind of people that we should respect. I mean, I'm being honest here. So you guys get a chance, please go to his channel. Give him a thumbs up. Oh, hold on. Let me. The title is Fred and Red was looking for information about aliens and UFOs.
Cool.
So a couple of people trying to find information. So this might be an interesting one. It's like, is there a reason why they can't find information? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be interesting. So let's hear it.
The Men in Black.
Can you hear it, Bob?
Yeah, I can hear it. Turn it up a little bit.
And I do change their names, so we're
perfect.
Today, Red and Fred decided to make a documentary on UFOs. So it was going everywhere they knew and had stuff on UFOs and aliens and such. They tracked down some old film that showed 5 UFOs, and 2 of them were flying away. But the other 3 landed. They watched as the door opened, and 6 aliens walked out of the spaceship. Fred and Red both say they saw the aliens. They were as tall as humans. They was gray and had very pronounced noses. And they were had really tight suits, jumpsuits, whatever. And they each had their hands with some kind of transmitters, possibly. And then they saw some other personnel walk up and meet and greet the aliens. And Fred thought that he was going to be given the film to use. He followed the trail of the film and found the UFO from the film. The 2 guys say that the film they saw, aliens seemed to be like doctors. Their eyes were vertical slits, mouths were thin, they had no chins, and they watched the film for unknown reasons. Permission to get the film was revoked. Red and Fred remember someone saying that some of the other countries have things that we don't know about. So are these aliens and UFOs coming to the USA from other countries here on Earth? And if so, how does that explain UFOs, aliens, and pyramids, etc.? Oh, well. That's all for Grandpa's World today. You have a good one. Until next time. We'll see you later.
Yes, from other countries. That's funny because they say some of the UFOs, they think they're Nazis out of Antarctica or ex-Nazis.
No, what the hell just happened? Where am I at? Oh, never mind. There I am. Okay.
Here I am.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay. Hobbs, have subbed and liked. Would be rude not to. Exactly, right? This man, his stories aren't like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. He gives a fast 2 minutes. Sometimes he just have a minute story, and it just kind of makes you think. And I didn't realize his name, and Scott found Fred and Red.
That's kind of funny.
That's Fred and Red. Maybe he misspelled it because that is kind of cool, right? Fred and Red.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like having your cousin named Daryl, Uncle Daryl. Hey, Daryl. Hey, Daryl. What's up, Daryl?
Gomer.
Hey, Daryl.
Got a cousin named Gomer.
Daryl. The
other Daryl.
Now, everybody who's here watching, who's watching, Dark Glass Woody's here, Tom Murr's here, Dark Glasses, Hubs, Minimal is here, AGM's here. Let me see if I'm missing anybody.
You get the oddballs.
Anybody else who's in the chat? Sketches. I know during this week, I post stuff in the community saying that, the live channel that we do on my website is going to be at 2:00, and sometimes it doesn't happen because it kept screwing up on me. I'll just say that. But as of now, we found the issue. We actually was able to get the link to work with StreamYard. It was something in the setting that wasn't turned on. So now I can use StreamYard. So because all SB box that I was using that you're supposed to use when you have your own website, me and Bob will put in the stream code URL just exactly how it is. And it kept saying it's not working. And then I'll suddenly, like 40 minutes later, do the exact same thing. Boom, goes right through. Yeah. And I don't know why. I don't know why. And then when I finally fixed some settings with the StreamYard, I put it in, bam, just works.
I told him it's the Matrix.
So now when I now put in the community that we're going to start at a certain time on my website, it's going to start. But thanks yesterday for a few of you who actually was over there and actually had Bob's email. So they're helping give ideas to the website while we're on it. So I'm going to share this website real quick. And for example, one of the biggest problems that people did not like was they had to go to the blog section to watch the video. They wished it would be on the front page. So on the bottom, if you scroll down right there, boom, right there. It is on the front page now.
Perfect.
There's actually still a video that's on the blog. It's on there too, but it is on the front page. So you don't have to go to you don't have to go to the blog. You can go straight to the front page, go down, and these are live shows. These are live. These aren't, and remember, I own this. So I can say we can say whatever we want. There's nobody kicking me off.
We push the barriers.
Yeah, we could actually push the barriers. And with listening to everybody, I have been making some changes, and now I just want to show you guys some cool things real quick. We got a lot of good friends in different communities. A lot of great friends in different communities. You know, so we got Bob and I got good friends in the Mandela Effect community. So like, you click here, see the button Mandela Effect. You click here, and if you see it, you know, this is just a little history on what the Mandela Effect is. But if you scroll down, there's two video links to people who I trust that does good Mandela Effect videos. If you're into that, I have like right down here, I got Hazel Fever, and then I got maybe it's Mandela. One's talking about Monopoly, and then what I'm going to do every week, I'm going to change out these videos to other videos. So people that we like, so it's going to be different Mandela Effect videos from different people. So it's not input that's just from me. It's input from people out there. So like Bob said, Bob used the word. I'm like a distributor. I'm distributing people's information on my website for other people. This ain't just about me.
Disseminator of information.
So if you go and you scroll up, if you see this little Gypsy Road effect symbol here, that little symbol will take you back to the front page.
There you go.
And I put that on. And then, guys, this is kind of cool. I don't know if you're into this. I like ghost hunting, but I don't know if you guys know this couple. This might be a good chance for you guys to learn this couple. Ed and Lorraine Warren. They are basically the original ghost hunters, ghost adventures. They're the original. It doesn't matter if you think they're real or a hoax. They are the original that, you know, got famous because they know how to talk to the media. They know how to talk on TV. They were like YouTube in the past.
Yeah.
These were the original. So it doesn't matter if you agree with everything, but these people have so many cases. So what I did was, see here, you click on it, right? Each week, I'm putting on a different case that they've done. Okay? This one's on here now is about the Smurl hauntings that they've done. But what's cool is, guys, there's the story about it. But if you scroll all the way down, I actually have an actual link to a live interview talking to them about the cases.
Yeah.
So next week when I put on another case, I'm going to have a link of a video that match that case. So you can read it. There's going to be a case about it. And
it's a great set of tools, guys. It's good tools. Paranormal. If you're into the paranormal stuff, there's nothing for you to do other than use it. Sites for you to use. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not going to walk away with a coffee mug or some fucking weird ass. You're just going to come to the site like a tool set.
Like this. Here, Bob. Here's Bigfoot, right? You click on Bigfoot. Look who we had on our channel before. The Sea Squatchers.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down, this tells you about the Sea Squatchers. And I actually have two links of their videos about talking about Bigfoot. So there's something about there's a little bit about everything on here.
Yeah. Just kind of it's in the infancy stages. building it up, trying to put a lot of stuff on there as a resource tool for you guys to go straight to. I'm going to go to the site, look it up, see look at kinds of.
You guys remember her, our medium that comes on our show sometimes, Nicole from the Beyond the Veil?
Yeah.
I got her on here, and I got 2 of her videos of some ghost investigations that they've done. Boom, takes you to their site. Boom, you're done. And like I said, Matrix. I got the Matrix guy on here. A couple of his videos about if you want to learn more about the Matrix. And one last thing. Now, Bob actually had a great. Oh yeah. Hold on. Before I tell what Bob's great idea is, once a week, I'm going to be putting on a different horror topic of a movie that I recommend you guys should be watching.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my recommendation. So if you click on it, like this week, my recommendation is The Dead Don't Die.
Exactly. Yeah. For example.
Now, guys, watch now. It's the video that me, Bob, has done. It's not the movie itself. So The Dead Don't Die. So once a month or once a week, I'll be putting on a new movie on there to give you guys a recommendation. And what I will be doing, Bob had a great idea. Sometimes Bob has a great idea, people. Sometimes. I know, right? You're shocked, right?
Not all the time.
Yes, Hobbs. The Conjuring movies are based on their work. Yes.
Yeah.
You are correct. And there's hundreds of cases that they've done. And I'm going to be putting each case on my page. So not just the Conjuring movies, all these different cases. So even though you might think they're a fraud or not, the cases they go on are not frauds. These are real cases that they get. Now, each case could be a fraud itself, but they go on these cases and they're learning. Bob had a great idea. Bob goes, why don't you create a link of all the free horror movies you could get on YouTube?
Yeah.
So make it easy for everybody to click on. So guys, I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, good question, Scott. Are we getting notifications from this site? We're working on that.
Yeah, we actually are. Because somebody said that yesterday. We were doing a live yesterday, and I had some people from my site at a little fan club, and I was like, what do you guys suggest? I had the computer up over live, and they said, well, I had a hard time finding, there was no notification. Where's the bell? I'm like, oh, Eric, where's the bell? Eric's like, fuck, I don't know. We got to find the bell. The bell's in here somewhere. We got to find the notification.
Yes. Yeah, and we're doing it. And also, one last thing. Every Sunday, if you guys sign up on the website, it's no money, guys. It's no money to sign up. I'm going to be sending a newsletter out every Sunday. Every Sunday, I'm going to have stories. I'm going to have the subjects that we're going to be talking about for that week on there. So you guys can actually get a newsletter of, it's going to be like different stuff. It's not just going to be about what's going on in the Gypsy Road world. No, it's the Bigfoot sightings, any new sightings that we hear, any new UFO sightings. It's all going to be in this newsletter. And it's going to be stories from you guys. Yeah. So this site, like Bob said, it's not going to be all about me. It's about stories from all of you. Everybody.
It's kind of a get-together spot where you can get together and use it as a tool chest. Like in your tool chest, you go in there, I'm going to look up this. I'm going to look up, maybe he's got some stuff on this. Yep. Whatever you guys need. And again, we're talking about the free movies. I go, a lot of people they're broke nowadays. They don't have anything, man. They don't have they're no cable, living off the internet. I said, it's cool when you get a free movie on YouTube. It's a horror movie. I go, can you just put a site on there so people can say, hey, here's a recommended free horror movie on YouTube. Put one on there. So they just click, hey, there's a free movie. Cool.
Yeah. And Dark Glasses Wood, if people are using YouTube notifications to direct to the other sites, might be an option. Actually, when I said when I do a live show on there, I actually put it in the community and put it on there so people can get that bell. It's just it wasn't we weren't getting things working where we get on at 2:00, but now we got that part fixed. So I will still, if I'm going to do a live show on there, I'm still gonna put it in the community. Now, it's not taking away the live shows from YouTube. These are just sometimes we got something to say that you can't say here because, because one of the complaints, I do got to bring this up. One of the complaints I hate hearing people say is I'm going to sue YouTube. I'm going to sue YouTube. Guys, YouTube is a free service. You can't sue something that gives you a free service. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. Right? You can't. I mean, if they want to cancel this channel, they could do it without even telling us why. Boom, channel's gone. Done. And nothing we can do about it. It's a free service. Now, if they shut down my website that I own, yes, I could sue somebody. But you can't sue somebody on a site that you don't own. I used to work for the cable company for about 15, 20 years of my life. And Bob, this is true. When we used to hook up everybody's internet, right? Everybody got internet, through the cable companies.
Yeah.
But and one of the things we always had to tell everybody, technically, when you sign up for internet, it's entertainment purpose only. So if you're using the internet for your business and that business goes down because somebody hit a pole, breaks the line, and you're pissed at the cable company, guys, there's nothing you can do.
No.
Because it's an entertainment. It's entertainment based. Now, if you order the business side of the internet, you might have something, but nobody orders the business side. So it's the same thing as that. We can't complain because we don't own it. YouTube could do whatever they want. I hate to say it. Now, is our freedom being taken away? Freedom's being taken away everywhere. But if YouTube said, Bob, you can't wear that hat no more, or we'll take you off. We have no choice. If you don't take it off, you get taken down. I mean, they can do whatever they want. They can say, Bob, you can't wear glasses on YouTube anymore. And if you wear glasses, we can take you down. And they can, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's not fair. It's not cool, but it's a reality.
It is public trading. It is a public trading site, so they're not going to be that crazy about certain things like no glasses, no hat, no pants, no service. But yeah, then no pants, you're going to be taken off. But, they are public trading, but they still have rules, and, rules are rules because other people are investing in it. So they might not like you sitting there with no pants on. So, depends. So
this is I like how Hobbs thinks. It's strange that a lot of UK coverage of the infield poltergeist did not mention Anne and Lorraine until recently. Infield poltergeist is one. There's a Conjuring Part 2 is based on the infield poltergeist with Ed Lorraine gone there, and there's actually another movie, a movie that was made in the UK about the infield poltergeist. Ed and Lorraine did not go to the infield poltergeist after most of the investigation has been done. They actually came afterwards. So the reason not really mentioned because they're not the original investigators of the infield poltergeist. They came in much later. So it's a very interesting story, the infield poltergeist is. I read about it, and I saw the movies on it. And so Ed and Lorraine, that's why they're not mentioned recently until the movie, because they're not really in it. Actually, guys, if you don't know this, in the very first Conjuring movie, in real life of that family, Ed and Lorraine was kicked off their property. They basically got fired from that. Now in the movie, they got rid of the demon. They went back to the house. They fixed everything. But in real life, they investigated it, but then they were asked to leave. So there's always two sides of every story, and that's why it is interesting. And even a lot of people like Amityville Horror, right? Amityville Horror House. Some people talk about Ed and Lorraine. Now, they came later on to that house. They weren't the original investigators, none of that for that house. They came later. So there's a lot of stuff that, but they're good for movies, right? I mean, that's what it is. They're good for movies.
Good for movies.
But the cases they go on, they're still interesting because they're real cases.
Yeah. Beautiful out here.
So Bob, what about you giving these fine people some WTF?
Yeah.
Welcome to What the Fuck News.
Yes. I shall give it to them. Usually we do it on a separate thing, but we're running behind buying supplies for the Snowmageddon that's on its way to Washington. So we're getting ready for that. But I do have some interesting stuff for you guys that are into kind of weird things like I am. Well, astrology, astronomy, things like that. I worked at the Museum of Flight, back on Sagittarius Arm. Over here we're on Orion Spur. So everything's fucking weird for me if you're into that kind of thing. So let's get something started right now. Open up your brain holes and try to remember some of these things. Now, some of these things I'm going to say, you're going to be like, huh? I don't make no sense to me because I don't remember that. So that's the kind of way I present these things. You guys are as confused as I am. So that's how we roll with this. Now, Mars, the beautiful red fucking cheese planet Mars, that beautiful whatever place that everybody wants to go to, Mars. You know, there was a time when it used to be just the NASA's whatever says we're going to go to Mars, we're going to send a spacey shippies and have them up there and then have a whatever colony and do what we can do. Kind of minimal idealist, but you know, the ideas were there, but not anymore. Now, did you guys know that they're going to be on Mars this month? That's right, this month in February. And to be exact, it's going to be at 3:55 p.m. February 18th. So not one, not two, but three international separate spacey outfits are going to be on Mars. Did you guys know that the Arabs, had sent a probe to Mars? Now hold on, the United Arab Emirates just sent an orbiter to Mars. It's there. It's at Mars now. It's going to be making contact and running all over. China, what? China has made its way to Mars. It's there now. It's going to be running around. It's going to be doing its thing. It's going to fly around and do all its pictures and stuff. China. So the Arabs, they're there. Hala hala are there. Chinese things are there. And then NASA. The fucking Nazis are there. So the NASA Nazis are there. We're also going to be dropping a lander, and we're going to have ourselves a little helicopter flying around fucking Mars. Helicopter. So, the helicopter's name is the lander's name is Perseverance because it persevered its way there. And then you've got the helicopter Iniquity, whatever, I don't know, who cares? It's going to fly around fucking Mars. So three, not one, but three different countries, and two of them I've never fucking heard of them having anything to do with space. China just getting into it, dipping their toes into it, but now they're at Mars now.
Now, Bob, Scott says an American scientist is helping the Arabs.
Yeah, the American scientists we're all helping each other because now there's a European. The Israelis have a space program. Russia has their own space program. The Arabs, who's new to me, has a space program. The Chinese have a space program. The Koreans have the Japan. Everybody. I'm waiting for Mexico to get their shit into gear and get their fucking spaceship up there. That's next. So three of them are going to be touching down. And the reason why, according to the local narrative, the reason why we're doing it right now, why it's a big rush, and there's three of them there now that we know of. We'll find out who, maybe fucking Israel's there. We don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, the reason why it's there because every 2 years is the closest that Mars is to Earth. So it takes less fuel to get there. I don't fucking understand it. They're going to be passing up the fucking Tesla car, obviously, because the Tesla car is there too. Huh? The Tesla cars, everybody's at fucking Mars at the moment. Now, just so you guys know, Mars is, hold on. Let's just go ahead and talk about Mars for a second. Mars is 95% carbon dioxide, CO2, okay, 95% CO2, and 0.13 oxygen, okay, and then who cares about the other ones? Now, Earth, for example, is 21% oxygen and then 78% nitrogen. When the fuck did that happen? But yeah, so if you wanted to basically take Mars and turn it into something cool to live on, with 95% carbon CO2, basically all you guys need to do is put plants on there. Just plants, put trees and plants, and that goddamn thing is a big forest. That's what they're planning on doing. If you believe in those kind of things, I don't know, man. Everything's a comic book for me. So that's the what the fuck news. Keep your eyes to the sky. Keep your eyes to the ground. Keep your eyes in front of you. That wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. That's what I like to look at. And understand that there's not one, not two, but 3 different countries that are going to be on Mars this month. This month, as of the 18th, whatever, of February, they're going to be running all over Mars. So you're going to be flooded with lots and lots and lots of pictures. Do your comparison pictures. See if you guys can debunk. I'm going to be trying to debunk everything I see coming out of any of these fucking false ass flags up on the planet. So
you got to do me a favor.
Yeah.
Put your avatar on for a second. Just give me that little circle. Hold on.
Okay.
Wow. Guys, look at that. Looks like I made a nasty picture, right?
What is it?
You know, you got the 2 big circles in the back, and you got the 2 little small circles between the big circles.
Oh,
I didn't mean to do that, but I was just like, oh my God, this is by accident. Holy Christ. Somebody could say, look at these nasty fucks.
You guys look like they got breasticles up on the screen. What the hell is like a British sitcom right here?
And Bob, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Your avatar, because you're using my computer, is all white as the moon.
Yeah.
And my avatar has the picture of the Mars.
Yeah, it looks like a Benny Hill satire little clip right now.
I'm surprised nobody in the chat caught that. Like, hey, look at these nasty fucks.
And let me remind you guys that are flat earthers. Again, I give you guys this information so you could either throw it away, laugh about it, or you can use this information against whatever opposition you have, or you could say, well, the ground is flat, but then there is something beyond the gel or whatever that's made of up there that's obviously something up beyond it. So, maybe look into that. So, I mean, give and take. I make sure all my audiences are satisfied with the information I give you. So, it's Sun Tzu, the art of war. Know what if it's your enemy, then know what your enemy's saying. So always keep this information, write it down, keep it with you.
Joey says the moon is a transparent disc.
Okay, then there you go. So there you go. We're going to be talking about that right now. So we're going to be talking about that there, amigo, about the moon and Mars.
So I'm going to share. I'm curious, when will Elon Musk car get there?
I believe Elon Musk's car, well, according to the narrative, Joey, he knows what I'm talking about. According to the narrative, you flat earthers, his car's supposed to already be there. Now, why is it not blown up, frozen? The packing grease and the fucking bearings of the side of the wheels blow out like shotgun shells. I don't know why that shit hasn't happened.
That's how they launched it. That's how it was in the rocket ship, according to that.
So it's supposed to, take a look. I think it's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be at Mars now.
Let's see. And this is how our galaxy works. Of course, I guess that's the rocket ship that it took the car in
into space.
God, that looks so weird, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like something out of Flash Gordon movie.
It's CGI is what it looks like, but yeah.
And then, of course, that's the bigger one. I'm just curious if they got any pictures of it hitting Mars. There's the famous shot.
Yeah. The
famous shot.
Exploded. Nothing's on fire. But paint itself is not melting from the heat of this. The freezing cold of sub-zero temperatures. No.
So Elon Musk Tesla Roadster for planned SpaceX here. October 2020. So you're right. It should have it should already hit there.
Yeah,
so
because
why don't they have any? Is there any pictures of it already there? I mean, is there any pictures?
Take a look. There's got to be some, either it's your opinion, fake pictures or real pictures. It should be something. I'm not sure if they have a camera on it. What the fuck? I don't know.
I'm sure that's not. I'm sure that's not a real picture.
It's on Mars. It's made it to Mars. That's what it looks like.
I'm sure that's not it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an alien.
There's the alien. It's hard to recognize him with his new hair implants. The guy has so much hair implants. It's not even funny. Eric, remember he just bought Bitcoin. He just reset the market for Bitcoin by buying a large amount of Bitcoin now. So you guys keep your ears on that one. We just made a show on it. Unusual. He must be a fan.
Oh, you know what I you know what I forgot
What's that?
to show everybody? This is, I know, guys, if you guys do care about cryptocurrency, I didn't
Yes.
show you guys this. I'm sorry. But
This is
if you guys
important.
care about cryptocurrency, if you guys want to play around, this is for fun, guys. I do this for fun.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
I got a cryptocurrency here, right? So you click on it. Now, this is cool. This tells you about what is cryptocurrency. But if you want to know what are like if you want to play with it, if you go down here, it says Crypto Watch Desktop. And this is cool. You click on it. Now I have this to open up another window so you don't go off of my website. So I have it. It takes you to here. And then if you look here, this gives you every crypto going up or down. So if you guys are ever bored, right? If you guys are ever bored, for fun, Bitcoin, say you write it out, pretend you bought it at $44,853 and just see if it goes up or down.
Yeah, it's another tool. I mean, even if you don't buy crypto and you're just doing the analysis and saying, is this real or not? Eric provided a little thing so you guys can research it. So you can look at the crypto circuit going up and down, whatever. Now, again, Elon Musk just purchased a shitload. Of course, it's a Chinese company. I know for a fact that China is running the whole thing. Well, hey, why not? Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, and this just gives you all the main ones. These are the big popular ones, the one that most people put their money into. And of course, this will take you to other places, but you also get to this from my website.
Yes.
Just a little thing. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Let's see.
Yes.
We'll go back to share. Of trying to find the image of him.
Of Mr. NASA himself.
Let me get that off. Yeah, there's really no pictures of it reaching Mars.
Guess there's no cameras or no. I mean, how would it transmit anyway? How's anything transmitted in the vacuum? I have no fucking clue how anything's being transmitted in vacuums of space. They say it's because there's enough particles out there in space where it can hitchhike a ride back. How these radio communications come in from Sagittarius A black hole and we're picking it up. How is it riding what vacuum of? How is it riding any communication from any vacuum of space? I don't know. Again, I'm confused. According to science, there's enough particles out there in space where it could piggyback its way back here for a message. So, but anyway, I don't see any evidence of it being around Mars. No, it's up to you guys. That's the narrative. So there's cars at Mars. The Tesla car hasn't exploded or anything. It's at Mars. So here it is. Tires are probably fully inflated. He still got the tape deck playing music. It didn't melt at the fucking 0 degree or the positive degree temperatures. The description of space. Guess what the fuck? I'm not here to debunk. I'm here to laugh. It's up to you guys. You want to take it seriously. But today's about Mars and the moon. Some of you guys might think it's made of green cheese. That's cool.
Well, according to this article that was sent to me, there's already where is it? Let me find it.
Yeah.
There's an article sent to me. It says here in this article that let me see here. Okay. 3 Mars missions arriving in February 2021.
Yeah.
After this kind of goes with your what the fuck news.
Yeah.
So I thought let's just go straight to this. Now the 3 missions, like you said, they're Arabs. I think they're there now. Did they just reach it? Their ship? Didn't the news say they just reached it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I had to grab something. Go ahead.
Oh, didn't you just say? Didn't the news say the Arabs have They just got there.
They just got there too. So China's there. The Taiwanese one is there. NASA's orbiter is there, and the Arabs are there. And there's the rover. It's talking about the rover that it's going to deploy and how it's going to do it.
Now, what is this? Hobbs wrote, I thought the Tesla messed up and floated off into space. Did it? Maybe. I don't know.
It keeps changing, man. You're good. Your guess is good as ours when it comes to that fucking car. We need some NASA fanboys to let us know what's going on with it for real, though. Yeah, it's weird.
So there's three, and I was just trying to think. I mean, right now we're supposed to be living in. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're supposed to be living in a world where we're supposed to watch our spending at the moment, because especially with everything's going on, all that, it's kind of weird that we're all supposed to watch the money and stimulus checks and everything that there is. And I'm not saying wrong or right. I'm not saying we deserve it, or I'm not saying anything like that. But we can still have all this money for space projects. I mean, like Elon Musk Tesla car is #1 stock of 2020. Now the government is facing. They're putting money on NASA and now SpaceX. Oh my God, Joey looks scary. Man, Joey, you look scary.
Just trying to take all my precautions. Trying to take all my precautions.
Like I always got mine.
So
I've got 7 masks. I've got 7 masks on underneath this.
I believe it,
guys. Joey's on now. Everybody knows. I think everybody knows now. This is kind of cool in a lot of ways, because we got a round Earth believer, we got a flat Earth believer. So it's kind of cool having perspective of all ways. It's really cool. Now, when you hear stories like this, Joey, that we're going to Mars and stuff, for yourself, what does that mean for you?
Well, as a flat earther, and every flat earther, for the most part, universally is going to agree with this basic statement.
Yeah.
The moon, Mars, the sun, these are all objects we can't land on and that we've never landed on, just like the moon landing's fake. So it's just stories. And then what we think about in general as a flat earth community is, why are they telling us this obviously false story? Yeah. What are they trying to push across, So we basically blanketly assume it's all fake. We're never going to land on Mars. We're never going to colonize Mars. All these different things. We think Tesla with Elon Musk was fake. We think all that stuff is fake. So.
Oh, yeah. That's why I try to give everyone a narrative. I try to show you guys a consistent set of numbers that just seems to keep showing up consecutively, no matter what the situation is, to show that there's what I call inconsistencies of information. I call it continuity. There's a lot of continuity errors when I'm reading their info. So when I put out these things, I always tell, that's why I always shout out flat earthers. I was like, Joey's watching. Take the information, either laugh at it, write it down, and say, I'm questioning this a little bit, because if that's what they're saying, what the fuck? So we're going to present these things, and you get to watch it, Joey. You go, okay, either you can laugh at it, or you could write it down and say, I got something to argue against tomorrow, because this makes no sense. Because we're only going off the narrative that's given to us from the narrative that's being passed on to universities, to scientists, to everybody. So
and I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, when they came out with stories like, look at the face on Mars, it's just a way to get people hype about Mars and all that? Like, kind of like, let's not tell them the truth, but we'll act like we found this just to get people involved so they can donate money to Mars or to NASA and SpaceX. You think that's all like just one big gimmick?
Yeah, to make it exciting and to make it interesting.
Yeah.
And imagine the conversations when you believe that it's real, just like when you believe Santa Claus is real. Oh wow, I wonder what the face is this. I wonder if it's an ancient pyramid that was built there a long time ago, and all of it's much ado about nothing because it doesn't exist in the first place. You're just contributing your version to their story. When in reality, what they are, you can see with your own telescope, is if you look at them, there's some type of light that's up there that's beautiful and pulsating, and it's not some solid rock. So so they want to keep our heads stuck in the wrong area.
Well, I'm going to give you guys an example, and I want you guys just hear what I'm trying to say. And this is the narrative, okay? This is where we talk about the 13. I call it the 13 code. And there seems to be a 13 code in a lot of narratives that makes you go, "What? Wait a minute! Now that's too many in a sentence there." For example, the moon has 13.5 hours of light and 13.5 hours of darkness. Okay, there we go with the 13 again. In the daylight, it's like 260 Fahrenheit, and the darkness is 280 Fahrenheit. Now, the moon is 238 miles away. Okay, let me say this again. The moon is 238 miles away. That's 238. 8 and 5 is what?
13. 13. I know the answer.
You see, yeah, thank you. So I'm not making this up. Okay, so how is it that they keep coming out with the same damn number when you do the math on these things? Now, again, it's just a coincidence. I get it. A lot of people say that. I'm with you on that. However, it just seems to be a slap in the face when you have too many of these weird inconsistencies when you come down to, even though the numbers are fucking weird. Why? It's almost, to me, it's a damn video game, and it's just giving you the same number pattern over and over again. Or they're giving you that same number pattern. So if you're in the Freemasonry or you're in the know, once you see the 13 add up, you go, "Oh, okay, I get it." Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. It's 238 miles. You know, I don't know. So here we go.
And also not in contradiction to that, Bob, but in addition, it could be just the fact that not necessarily that that's their code, even though it is their code. But also just detecting it is because that's how they portrayed their system. Like, for example, if it's all a mathematical lie and it's got to work mathematically in their story, well, then it's got this code within it, you know. And even in the flat earth, biblical flat earthers, we see codes too. Like, for example, the earth is at a 23.4 degree axis measured on a 90-degree angle. You have a remainder of 66.6. The moon's axis is at 6.66 degrees. The sun's axis is at 13.3. And so on and so forth. So, you know, I think it's more so it's a coincidence that we're finding out the answers to their lie, and also it's how they're coding with one another. So it's interesting. Yeah, it is. And so people out there understand it. I'm not debunking. I'm not agreeing. I'm just saying there is a consistent weird codicy going on in the numbers. Now, again, throw it away if it means nothing to you. Most likely it is. But for me, it's the probabilities of it. You get a better chance of getting struck by lightning than some of these things that line up too many times within a narrative. I'm like, okay, I could get hit by 4 buses at the same time, more than these numbers lining up like this. That's how I like to think of things. Well, what's the probability of this happening, of all these in the same time? Well, probability of these certain numbers lining up consistently. It would be 10 buses at the same time being hit in the middle of the street. I had more probability. Bob, I think if 4 buses came at the same time to hit you head on, I think you would survive it, because if they all came from equal angles, there might be just enough cushion zone that you wouldn't actually get impacted.
I'll just stop it with my mass strength.
Right?
Yes.
Beard strength. That's called beard strength.
Beard strength, yes.
Well, let me ask this.
Go for it.
And let me ask this. And this is no shot at nothing. I'm really curious, because I listen to everybody's points of view. People's point of view is awesome. I love everybody's point of view. Everybody's. But I do notice there are certain sections in a flat earth community believes that this is the only life out there, just on this thing. Why can't there be a space and other planets that are flat? Why is there a percentage of people thinking this is the only life there is? It's just right here where we're at. There's nothing else out there. Or am I wrong? Am I hearing wrong?
I don't think anybody's arguing that. I think it's actually being argued in a different way. So, for example, if you take the people who are Muslims or Christians or Catholics or Buddhists or what, you know, all the different types of general religions, they just, most of them that are strict, they don't think that there's aliens and stuff like that, but they think that above this dome or whatever we're living on, that there's, you know, other people just like us. You know what I mean? So I think that everybody says that's something that they all universally agree on. And I think where NASA and these rocket industries try and point us towards is everything opposite of what I believe is an agenda to debunk the Bible. You know, the Bible says there's one sun, so they come up and say there's an infinite amount of suns. You know, they say that the earth is not in motion and immovable. Well, it's moving over faster than the speed of sound, you know, and earth was created in 7 days. No, it was 7 billion years. No, you were created. No, you evolved, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I believe that's what their narrative is to do, is to, you know, destroy people by destroying their faith in God and giving it to this fake aliens. And, you know, even the aliens, the UFOs, I've seen them too in my lifetime, but that doesn't mean that we can jump to the conclusion like Mandela effectors do that it's an alien. It also could be US and government, Russia, China technology that they're suppressing from us. You know, like Bob Lazar, he may have just discovered, technology that's alien to us, not green aliens.
Like, or interdimensional. Or there's
remember, UFO stands for unidentified flying object.
That means we don't know what
it doesn't mean it's alien, you know. It's
and we always jump to that conclusion because we've seen them, you know. And it's like, there you go, there must be green aliens in there or something, you know, long, tall ones or short or who knows, right? Well, that's the only thing that we haven't seen. We have seen the UFOs, and you know, our governments hide and suppress technology from us. It's to their advantage to make us think it's some something. You know, it's Santa Claus up there with his reindeer. Then it is actually their technology that we're not asking questions about that.
Yeah, I always try to push the minds of the narrative with flat Earth, which is fine. That's fine. Okay, that's no big deal. I say, okay, I'm always talking about outside the dome. Okay, what's outside the gel? What's outside the crystal? What's outside whatever that is? It's I call it like a magnetism that keeps everything. There's your magnet there. Oh, there's your gravity. It's magnetic. So it's outside the magnetic dome. But above it, you could have surfaces, you could have objects, whatever the fuck it is. There is something there. Could be lamps, it could be floating orbs. I don't know. It could be plasma balls, because to me, through a telescope, it looks like plasma.
Well, what if the moon's flat? I mean,
it could be, or it could be a reflection of the Earth reflecting back on. We don't know. But the narratives that we talk about, Eric, is, and it's round. And there is structures up there. Now, if you go into David Icke, we talked about David Icke. It's part of our conspiracy list today. David Icke says it was a spacecraft that's floating up there. Now, everyone's laughing, but that's what David Icke says. And it's hollow. And inside of it, it's got chairs, and it's a master computer that's doing all the manipulations of weather and watching people like a monster computer. So there's even that conspiracy going on. And they even have a lot of history. Go ahead.
All the more power to him, but just remember two things. One, he's just a person just like all of us that are on the panel today. No one gets any more credit, less credit. We're all just giving our opinions. More power to him, though, because, you know, the honest truth is we're not going to know that answer. We don't know that answer. But in the process of looking under what's a hoax, it makes us imagine what is it. But we can all determine hoaxes. That's the truth. And we can all determine that what we see in a telescope is not solid objects. Like Saturn's belts. Saturn's belts is my favorite one. Those rings, I mean. They say that they're asteroids, ice asteroids and stuff like that, right? Look under your under your telescope. You see these beautiful laser beam, almost like some kind of like you're at a planetarium or something. That's what I believe it looks like to me, you know, like you're at a planetarium.
Could be.
So that's landing on
the ice wall. Like beyond the ice wall, they have this large laser projector. It's just putting it up. We don't know.
Or from Polaris. It could be from Polaris, just like a planetarium. And Polaris is projecting it all. And we see it, you know, just we're living in a small world after all. That's the only thing that Disney World got right.
Now, Joyce said something interesting. You said that the Bible says, if I heard you right, you said the Bible says there's basically one sun. If you said that correctly, is that in every different Bible of the religions that out there, or is that just maybe in a couple? I'm just curious. I never read the Bible. I've said that I don't know.
As far as I know, I know about the Bible and the Catholic version. I know about Muslims. I know about Jews. I don't know about all of them, but so those ones that I know about, they all say one sun. They all say one moon. They all say we were created. You know, they all say that they're above us in whatever you want to interpret it as. They're above us in a different realm. And, you know, we have certain things that we're supposed to do to get there, you know, but they all say one sun, one moon. They say there's lots of stars. They don't say there's other planets. They don't say there's other galaxies, and they definitely, none of them mention that there's life on these other planets, except for the fact that some of them mention stuff like maybe Saturn or Mercury has evil entities within it or something like that, but not how we're thinking, you know?
Yeah. Well, I do know that there is within the community, within the quiet community and other communities, that they do astrology. They follow it like fucking, like, you know, like we follow the calendar.
Signs and seasons. It's supposed to be.
They've been following it for hundreds of years, from thousands of years, or whatever your time scale thing is here. Astrology is what I found out within this time period, within this whatever life existence, is it is important. It's, I mean, extremely important. I mean, I've seen weird anomalies happen around certain astrology signs.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it's talking.
Crime rates go up during full moons, all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like you can laugh it off, but it still happens.
But if you look at the stats, it happens. And I had weird things happen when I had those Jupiter and Saturn got right next to each other, and then I don't want to talk about it again, but I had some unusual paranormal activities in my house when I was staying in England. I'm like, what the fuck happened to the? Anyway, I don't want to talk about it, but something weird happened. And am I associating it with that? It would just happen to coincide.
Could be. You never know. But you know what else? You remember when that broomstick thing was, where the broomsticks were balancing? Well, anyways, I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought it was ridiculous the whole time. The only reason why I believe in it, I actually do believe in that, is because my mom. It just so happens I know someone personally. My mom sent me a video, and she's like, "Joey, it's working." I'm like, you know, I already knew for 100% fact it was fake. So I said, "Mom, push it over, do this," you know. Lo and behold, Facebook Live, she presents it to me. In the wind, slight wind, this thing is staying balanced. So I was like, what the heck was going on that day? What was going on? People try and laugh it off like, oh, it happens every day and stuff. No, try and do it. It's actually hard. So I wonder what was going on, you know, and I think that, like you said, astrological alignments, if you look in the Bible, that's how they knew Jesus was being born. That's you know, they use those for the most important things on earth.
Well, in archaeology, I study archaeology, and pretty much everything in the past, anything built was set up to match a certain set of constellations. This isn't a myth. Mm. This is speculation. This is hard evidence of many archaeologists all saying, guess what? It's lined up like the belt of Orion. It's lined up like this of this serpent snake up there. It's lined up like this 100%. I go, oh my God. So astrology was number one in the past. So, you know, when there's smoke, there is fire. So let's just say it like that. There is something going on with the astrology. So there we go again. Is it planets are we going to go to, or is it simply a message from the God, or whatever? It's some sort of message for us to understand and communicate with, or being communicated to. You know, it's like it's God's Rolodex just giving us information. Oh, I know how to read it now. Okay, now I know what's going to happen. I know, okay, something bad's going to happen, and then it happens. Holy shit, how did they call that out? Yeah, exactly what you're talking about. But Eric and I are talking about Mars and the moon. And what the narrative...
You guys have heard about...
Go ahead.
You guys have heard about sun gazing, obviously.
Sun gazing? No.
Yeah, you've heard of it, I'm sure. No, Gypsy, you never heard of it?
Maybe when you explain it, maybe I have. I'm trying to remember. Sun gazing. What's sun gazing?
Either I'm going to refresh your memory or I'm going to teach you something new. It's common. Like most of the audience will have heard of it before. It's called sun gazing, and it's like this health kind of like back to nature phenomenon where you either look completely at the sun like around 5 o'clock or in the early morning, or you gaze just off to the side of it, and it's supposed to increase your melatonin and put you in tune and all this stuff. And anyways, you know, some people are into that. Okay. Well, so anyways, I got a little bit into that, but then I got past that where I did this thing, and you're just going to have to believe my word for it. Okay. I was able to find out that there's a technique that you can do if you relax and calm your eye, that your own pupil acts as some kind of like lens where it covers the brightness of the sun, and you can kind of look at the sun with a relaxed eye. Yeah, like with a relaxed eye. And anyways, what I can promise you is just my own personal account. But it happened to me on 2 occasions. Is I was able to relax my eye long enough when I was hanging out with my wife. We both did it, and we're both tripping out. And the sun looked like more like a hexagon, like a honeycomb with a bunch of different lights in it. And it looked like what they say those solar simulator things look like. And that's just my own personal experience.
Okay.
Makes me sound crazy, but it's okay because it really is what I experienced. And I asked a couple of locals that live here, just because I'm so like, you know, I don't mind asking anybody. I'm like, have you ever tried this before where you look at the sun? They're like, oh yeah, you can do that. Do you see that dark circle? I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, that's your eyes has this natural, you know, that's, we're so scared of the sun actually that it'll make us go blind, which isn't true, that we actually forget our bodies have a natural ability to compensate for that. And it's a ability we never knew we had. That's amazing, Gypsy Row. What the heck?
I forgot I was wearing this shirt and I was looking at it like, I think it's green. That's why he's doing it.
Yeah. But let me put a disclaimer out, Joey. No offense to your thing. I'm just going to put a disclaimer for people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, disclaimer. Do not go staring into the as a disclaimer only. Do not go staring into the fucking sun. Use the proper equipment or contact Joey. He'll let him teach you how to do it properly. Because do not do it. Don't just stare.
Furthermore,
yeah. I'm not.
Furthermore, listen to Bob's advice. Listen to Bob's advice. But furthermore, let's just say you didn't, because you don't have to listen to Bob's advice, right?
Yes.
But listen to Bob's advice.
Yeah,
but if you didn't, then it would hurt your eyes anyways, and you'd naturally, just like eating hot chili that's too hot, be like, ah. So you might not even go permanently blind, but it'll hurt your eye. You'd have to understand the technique, of course.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're so confident with it. I don't want somebody that doesn't have that much going on in the crayon box up there.
Well,
it makes her sneeze.
I can do some amazing things. I can. Have you guys ever heard that somebody holding their breath for a long time? I can hold my breath for 7 minutes.
I believe it. Damn, dude. Are you?
Want me to show you live on camera?
If you want to, but it's our right to laugh though.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yeah. I don't want you to die on me. And people like Eric had a person.
Are you ready?
Yeah. We're gonna.
Are you ready? Everyone, look at your clocks. Go ahead. Ready?
Okay, he's doing it now, guys. So we're gonna continue the show. He's doing it for 7 minutes.
I will hold on to this for 7 minutes. I will hold my breath.
Okay. Okay. While he's holding his breath, Eric, he can't break his breath now. You go ahead and unless he's sneaking a breath behind his fist.
Well, technically, if he...
No, I'm holding it.
Oh, you're holding your.
Yes.
Of course, you're holding your breath. I got it.
I
can hold my breath for 2 hours.
Good one. That's a good one.
That's a good bar one. I bet you I could hold my breath for more than 10 minutes.
You'll win every time. You'll win every time, and they'll be mad at you. It's hilarious.
I'm letting it go in 2 more minutes. Everyone hold their beers. Oh, that's a good one.
But I'm curious, if he actually did that, like hold his own breath, and he actually collapse and die, will my channel get taken down because I represent?
No, we'll probably get a lot more views. We'll probably get a lot more views.
Yeah, I think you'd get a lot more views. I think it could get shut down though if you were a conservative Republican and supported Trump. I think you'd get shut down. Other than that, I think your ratings. I mean, look at Jake Paul. He got famous from showing that dead person. Remember? That's actually what started his fame. People love stuff like that.
Yeah, they would have. We would definitely go ahead.
That's why you guys have 11,000 subscribers now, because you talk about different topics. Honestly, that's the key to your success. You're lighthearted, but you have different topics.
Yes.
Well, I just think it's boring to talk about the same subject every day. I mean, there's only so much you could talk about. No, I like paranormal.
That's the definition of insanity. But insanity is doing the same thing all the time. Yeah, you know, that's what they. You talk about the same thing every time. That's insanity.
Can you imagine talking about Mothman on every show? I mean, what more can you say about the Mothman? You can't say one show.
If you talked about the Mothman on every show, I would make my own video saying that Gypsy Road and Bob call out video to you guys saying anybody who watches or listens to the Mothman is a moron. For your own good. For your own good, just so you guys can, keep on talking about the topics.
That's why we're friends with guys like Tony. I like Tony because sometimes Tony will say, "Dude, you're going too far." You'll be the first.
Dude, Tony's hilarious.
He's like,
I'd never been on his show before. He invited me on his show because Karen B and Brian Stabley were gonna say that I was being mean to them or something, right? Yeah. So he pulled me on the show to try to get me on his side, and he said, "Don't you think they're all despicable people?" And I said, "Actually, I like them. They're all my friends. Just because they're attacking me, I still like them." And it was funny because he was attacking me, but I can tell he's just being funny.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. He's hilarious. So, you know, I didn't get my feelings hurt. I just thought, wow, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he is. He's funny.
You got to have fun. Life is too short to be pissed off all the time. I mean, life is too short.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
that's not an attack on Brian Staveley either, you guys.
No, I'm done. I'm past that point. Everybody's got their own thing. Everyone's doing their own.
No, because he said life's too short. I didn't want the audience to think that he was talking about Brian Staveley's height.
No. I got it. I got it. No, I be honest, I've never mentioned his name on this show. I've never said his name, so
yeah, I got
it. Life is too short.
I got that, but I'm staying quiet. I'm chaotic neutral. I have to say.
I can't wait to discuss the volcano hoax with you guys, because this is the show that I'm gonna blast it out on, because best show. And the reason why it's the best show, honestly, in this case, is because Bob will be there. And that's what's going to make it epic, because you'll probably go back and forth with each other.
For that one.
Now, volcanoes. Now, like you said, volcano hoax. But I'm just asking this just to ask this. But is there a lot of people out there? I hate to say this, even care about what happens with the volcano? You think there's a lot of people who are really interested in a volcano, like they would be paranormal, Mandela effects, or other kind of things? Is the volcano that important to people, you think?
Well, to answer your question the way I know you're trying to ask it, no, it's not. It's not important at all. Actually, it's if I mention it to somebody, it'd be maybe interesting at the very most. That's
and I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Literally, but the volcano is very important. The volcano is very important. The symbology is very important behind it.
We're gonna incorporate, Eric. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna incorporate what you have to say about volcanoes, because it is relevant. I worked at a museum of flight. I worked at Aerospace Museum. So this is actually important. So it's good that you're here. It's a synchronicity. It's kind of cool that you're here. Now I'm gonna talk about Mars. And one of the reasons why originally in my time, they talked about Mars not being a good place to populate or put anybody on, because it's geologically dead. Now, again, this is the narrative, everybody. If you're flat earther, just go along with it. The reason why it's known as geologically dead is because it doesn't have any plate tectonics, has no plate movements whatsoever, okay? And so supposedly, now this is where it goes along with Joey's stuff, in science, that is, that's what gives you the building blocks for life. That's where your acids came. That's where all the certain chemicals that came around that made the stew of life is from underwater volcanoes. Now, understand that Mars has no volcanic activity. It's a geologically dead planet, as in Earth, in the eyes of science, is a living planet. They always call it the living Earth. They always say the living Earth, the living flat surface, whatever you guys want, the living turtle. But it's alive because of the geological activity under the surface, as in back to Mars. So we're all excited about going to a planet, but back when I was in the university, they talked about Mars as a dead planet. It's geologically dead. There are no volcanoes active on Mars. There are no fault lines on Mars. There is nothing creating mountains by mountains colliding into mountains, fault lines smashing into fault lines, creating large mountain ridges. So there's nothing being recycled on the planet, but its own natural erosion from the outside winds and whatever they have, based off volcanism. Okay, volcanism. Now back to Joey. Now Joey talks about volcanism. Now you talk about you never see the lava from under spewing up and over the top. And now, is that your argument for it? And what is your argument for? Because this goes along with Mars. So whatever you say here, I want everyone to think about Mars.
Let's do this. Hold on.
It's real simple.
Let me type this in real quick. So we'll hit both sides. Like how does volcano supposedly work? Okay, volcano, and then we could break it apart.
And I can debunk this faster than the Mandela effect, honestly. So it doesn't take a long time or lengthy explanation.
Let me share this screen here. Let me go here. Now,
that's what I'm talking about.
There we go. Okay, how does the volcano erupt? Now, here's a picture. Now, this is what science says, and here's a picture of it. And then Joey can tell us what he's learned. Now, if I look at this picture, on the bottom, like Bob said, there's water, magma chamber,
Mhm.
Earth crust, then it goes to rock layer, then there's a conduit pipe, branch pipe still, then you got the throat of a volcano, summit, vent, ash cloud creator, and then lava flow, layers of lava. And I mean, this is science picture of a volcano, how it's supposed to work. So now this is what we're taught in science, in school, and everything. So Joel, you're saying that is not in your world. This is not how volcanoes supposed to work. So you're gonna tell us how it is working, correct?
Yeah, basically it's as simple as this. Lava is real. Even expert volcanists will tell you that the majority of lava flow that comes onto the surface of Earth enters the Earth by means of a lava tube. Lava tubes flow up, just like all over. Okay, so all I'm trying to say is that instead of the majority, that all lava flow comes onto Earth from it, and none of it from a cone-shaped mountain. Here's the reason why we know this. One, you have a diagram right now of lava coming up through a cone-shaped mountain, right? And eventually pushing its way through the top. Well, first of all, we don't have any video evidence of this, but that's not even the most important, but we don't have any video evidence. Mount St. Helens, the recent Philippines and Indonesian explosion, what do we see? Ash coming out. Oh yeah, we just associated volcano and lava. Okay, so where's the lava? Furthermore, you go into the laws of physics. A mountain is comprised of rocks and other debris. Those rocks and other debris have melting points. Those melting points are less than half of the temperature of the magma that is supposedly pushing its way through the middle of a cone-shaped mountain for no particular reason, even though we know that all fluids find the easiest path. But let's say they were pushing their way up through it. It would be pushing them past their melting points as it pushed its way up through a cone-shaped mountain, causing an implosion, not an eruption. We don't see lava coming out of cone-shaped mountains. What would actually happen is the mountain would implode upon itself.
Yeah.
The reason why we're seeing this lava, just like on the Big Island, the most active lava flow on Earth, when you see them, you hear them call them fissures. Remember that, fissures. Yeah. Fissures are what happens when lava seeps up onto the Earth's surface through a lava hole, a lava vent, and it starts to create, as it cools, its own mound, and then lava spews out of that. Some people see pictures of that, and they say, oh, there you go, there's your volcano. That thing is 6 or 8 feet high. So what actually, and another thing that everyone needs to think about is high mountains, it gets colder on top. It makes no sense. So for example, the two tallest mountains on Earth have snow on top of them because the higher you go in altitude, the colder it is. For liquid to push its way through rock and have to travel upward towards a cold area makes no sense for lava to want to do it. The lava doesn't have a mind of its own. It's spewing wherever it's able to have the path of least resistance. That's why when there are lava flows, they actually dig trenches for the lava to flow into the ocean. So there's the quickest version I can possibly give you guys to make it make sense. And then, you know, from there I can answer all the other questions.
No, that actually helps me out. No, that's good. No, I'm going to add to this. You were correct, by the way. I'm not debunking you. What I'm saying, what I'm going to tell you guys is, I got two different weird things. I'm going to throw a little bit of conspiracy one on the end of it, by the way.
Really just a
these volcanoes, they talk about the classic volcanoes you see people jump into, whatever, Joe versus Volcano, that big cone-shaped one. They say the narrative is. The reason why those cones are shaped, guys, is because you got multiple different types of volcanoes, depends on what's in the substrate. So if you're in, it's called a hot spots, where in Hawaii, in the middle of the ocean, lava comes from basalt. Basalt is high iron. It's a high iron. So the viscosity would be different. It flows different. It doesn't have enough silica to make a mound. So what you're seeing is hot, molten metal mostly come up from the ground from basalt. So it comes up and it's bright red, and red oxidizes, which is the first sign of rust. Rust is metal. So that's why it's always red on those islands from hot spots. So you see right there, that has almost no silica. Silica is like you said, it melted rock. Highly silica comes up like glass. And that's what forms, according to the theories, is what forms more silica in the soil and the substrate going down, then more glacious kind of rock you have melting into where you get your large earthen crystals from. Those little crystals you crack open, they have all these cool crystals. It's because it cools slowly underground. More silica. So if you go inland, not out in the middle of the ocean, but more inland, then you have larger, the theory goes, silica-based volcanoes. And they don't, you're right, they don't lava out like they do in the movies. They don't. what they do is they explode like a
You're
soda.
saying the movie Dante's Peak is a lie?
Well, no, that's metal. It's highly viscous. It's a metal. It'll make a mound, but not like he's talking about the old classic monster tornado. I mean, tornado, the monster volcano. It's highly silica.
It's like this too. What came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Well, the chicken came first. Most logical people tell you, right? Well, either way. So what came first, the mound or the lava flow? So what, Bob, you're so smart. You're actually smarter than me on this, and I've taken like the best I could to actually inform myself on all this stuff, and you're spitting it off like the top of your head. So I can't wait to do the show with you. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the lava forms the mound. Lava can turn into all kinds of things. It can turn into rock, glass, nickel, iron. It's kind of like the building blocks of everything on Earth, and it's the recycling system.
Yeah, and it's safer. I know it sounds weird, but your volcanoes in Hawaii, because it's high iron, melts. So that mountain will melt. It's like molten metal. As in, if you go to Washington and you go to that edge where the subduction zone is, you have a high silica. Basically, you have a glass rock volcano. So when it goes, there's no lava. It just explodes dangerously. But these
those are called sulfur vents. They're called sulfur vents. So when people are wondering what are those things, just like at Yellowstone, there's differing sizes. Yeah. But there's lava tubes coursing underneath the earth like veins in our body. Even where you don't have volcanoes or whatever they call them in your area, there's still lava tubes coursing through the earth. And so there's certain areas like Yellowstone and other places that have these differing size sulfur vents.
Yeah, and like in Africa, they even had a very unique volcano that was actually spewing out carbon. It was a carbon volcano because below the ground was like oil. And so when they got heated up, it spewed out like an oil, like a carbon-based volcano. So it can't form any volcano.
Let me ask this. Somebody wrote this. Tell that to the people who died from lava flow.
Oh, you could die from lava. That's what I don't think he's not even arguing.
First of all, hardly anybody dies of lava flow. First of all, hardly anybody. Go look at the statistics. The odds of being killed by a swarm of flies would be, much larger, I'm sure. But anyways, no one dies from lava flow, okay? And second of all, people live right next to the most active lava flow on Earth. There's stores right next to it. There's schools. It's the biggest tourist attraction, which means that tourists are walking right next to it. It moves the speed of the blob. The only reason why you think it's dangerous is because you've seen it in movies and you've seen those big eruptions that supposedly happen, but they don't. What they really are, and Bob knows this, lava, as it seeps onto the surface of the Earth, it gets captured in cavities. And it fills up just like water would.
I guess you're right, because it says here only 659 deaths, while lava flow looms large in population. Only 659 deaths by lava have been recorded since 1500. I guess you're right. Not like, that many people.
Yeah, it's like it never happens.
Since 1500.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, you don't jump into it.
Yeah.
But do you know you couldn't jump into the lava because you unless you like jumped into it and there was like something you could jump off of. But if you tried to walk towards it, the heat of it, as you even get halfway close to it, is hotter than an oven. You'll naturally start curling away. You know what I mean? It's extremely hot. So, you stand 20 feet away from it as it moves slowly.
Yeah, you die from the pyroclastic blows, like the explosions. You die from
and thank you for saying that. What I was going to say is what we see as eruptions is, remember the cavities that get filled. So here's the picture in your mind. So all lava comes from from lava tubes seeping onto the surface of the Earth. Yeah. But as it flows on the Earth, it fills up in like a hole or a cavity. And now as it's getting more lava to fill up that cavity during that process, its tremendous weight, pressure, and heat is pushing on the walls, the boundaries of that cavity, causing debris from outside to fall within. Now, when that happens, that's when you get what they call their eruption. So most people think that if like a tree or a rock falls into this lava bed, it's going to disintegrate. No, the opposite happens. Just like when you drop water into a burning oil pan, you get instant projectiles. That's what that eruption is. They go close up. They go close up and they show you this. They don't show you the volcano from a distance. They go close up. Those are lava beds that are ejecting projectiles because that's what naturally happens.
Yes. Yeah. They actually call them bombs. People don't know that they're called bombs. And they also
in the movies, it shows you things evaporating into the lava. But in real life, that doesn't happen. It would get shot up into the air.
Look at this picture right here. This guy's like standing right in front of it.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I've been there over 20 times in helicopter, on foot. And the whole reason I even found this out, because it's a huge tourist attraction. I was working for a company that sent me there for free to learn how to sell the tour. Otherwise, I never would have been there. It's expensive. And so, long story short, at the end of this long tour, I asked the expert volcanist there, I said, hey, I work with Expedia local agents. Can you do me a favor? Obviously, you don't normally show it on the normal tour, but can you show me the cone-shaped mountain with lava coming out of it?
Yeah.
And they were laughing. And they're like, no, well, there's not one here. I'm like, well, where is one? And they're like, well, there's been some in the past, and we might have some in the future. And I was like, but isn't that where all lava comes from? They're like, no, they explained to me how it comes from lava tubes, like how we walk to the dormant ones. And then I asked them the question. I said, why is it on our brochure? Why is there a big... He's like, well, it's just for sales. I was like, so gullible. But I didn't even know about it until I went there and explored and was disappointed for myself.
I love the people in the chat. Reminder of a painting I did in 1991. A red-orange skinned woman called Hot Lava. She's wearing a dome hat and standing in a shower.
Yeah. Now, guys, remember, he's not saying it don't exist. He's just telling you because of the chemical composition of the soil, it depends on how it melts. If it's high iron, it's going to ooze like you see here. It's not going to act like they do in the movies. He's talking about what the movies they fucking do. The big volcano explodes with lava coming down. No. Don't do that. It smoothes out like that on a flatter surface. Now, if it's high silica, it'll build up. But then again, silica volcanoes don't ooze out lava. They explode like a bomb. And so the whole damn thing, and you have lahar zones, mud, you have all the things but lava. So understand is what he's talking about. Now let's go back to Mars, guys, because this is good subject. Now Mars, Joey, is geologically dead. So all this conversation about lava, there is none on Mars. Understand? There is no volcanoes.
And the funny thing is, they have this whole sci-fi thing of us colonizing Mars, because they also have this scared implanted thought in our head that we're depleting our own ozone and life may no longer be sustainable here on Earth, when that's just not true at all and not provable. So, they coincide with one another. Like, they want to believe in this sci-fi fantasy, so what's there? And I wonder if we could ever colonize it. Well, it's not a solid object.
Yeah.
Like Earth. There's only one place where things live, and it's right here on Earth.
Yeah. Now you see how it's portrayed red? It's just like Hawaii. It's supposed to be at one time it was all goo lava, and it cooled down and it oxidizes with the low amount of oxygen that it has on there. I have the oxygen content for Mars. I've already talked about it. So that low amount of oxygen on Mars, that was at 0.13, guys. The oxygen is 0.13. That's the oxygen content. So it's enough oxygen, supposedly, in the narrative, is to oxidize the planet bright red. Now, I've never, ever seen a fucking red-ass dot in the sky before, but they're saying it's Mars. So now it's oxidized. So now you have but you also go back to the geologically dead planet. So Joey and I are standing on Mars. We're not going to have this conversation because there is no lava activity on Mars. So you're going to go to a geologically dead planet when you're supposed to be on a geologically living planet. You understand? Living, if whatever you want to call this place, living, lava flows under the ground, whatever it is, living, geologically dead. There is no volcano. Yeah. There is no nothing. There is nothing. It's dead, according to the literature, what they're giving it to us about Mars.
Well, that's what I've been saying earlier. If the planet is dead, then technically, why are the government spending all this money to SpaceX, to NASA, other countries to send stuff to Mars, to a dead planet? Shouldn't our money go somewhere better?
Well,
go further?
They're flowing the money. Remember we made that movie, we made that show about the money. You have to have, everything's a debt. We have a debt. Everything's a debt industry here. So in order for us to keep money flowing, you have to have artificial things like going to this fake place they call Mars, and you have to have millions of billions, trillions of dollars. It has to be working in its little circle to keep money flowing. Now, this geologically dead, everything they described to me is like, why would you go there? Not only that, they have a moon I've never heard of called Phobos. Phobos is now in its orbit to crash on Mars. It's supposed to crash on Mars. Now they say, now the newest scientists say, well, it's not going to crash on Mars. The Phobos is going to disrupt itself in the atmosphere, and it's going to tear itself up like a blender in the atmosphere, and it's going to form a ring, dude. So Mars is supposed to have rings coming up from Phobos. So supposedly Phobos, the moon, does this repeatedly. It goes back in the atmosphere. It forms a ball. It rips itself apart. It has rings on Mars, and then those rings cohere back together to make another fucking moon again. It keeps repeating itself. But if it does cover Mars in a sheen of whatever mist and dirt, you're not going to see the sun. You're going to have thousands, if not millions of years of no sun until that thing.
Bob, this ain't ever going to happen right here. Mars attacks never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. It can't, not based off the narrative that they're giving us about Mars, including Phobos, the moon, that recycles itself back into a moon, back into a ring, back into a moon. So it's constantly covered up in a mist with dust.
But I want to meet these people. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Well, they must live in lava tubes under the surface.
Oh, that's funny. Mars attacking and the president.
Well,
Hey, Gypsy Bob, I gotta heli on out of here. But thank you for this conversation. It's really good. I can't wait, especially Bob. I can't wait to pick your brain. You're gonna teach me, guaranteed. Stuff that I never even thought of, because I'm not an expert. I'm really not. No. But I just found this out of coincidence.
That's what you know.
I didn't mind having you on here, because we all different opinions is what makes us go around, right?
Well, based what you know about lava, now you can take that when people talk about Mars, you can say, well, let me talk about volcanism. What do you mean by volcanism? It's relevant to Mars because there is none. You know what I mean? So you're an expert at Mars already without even knowing it, dude.
Business, living on a prayer.
And Bob, yeah, it's gonna trip you out too, because whenever we go live on you guys' show, I'm gonna also correlate, because I have to, how also lava tubes, not just that volcanoes are a hoax and why the hoax, because super volcanoes are a hoax too, but also that all earthquakes aren't caused from tectonic plates, but it's actually from the underground lava tubes caving in. I can have mental experiments for people. And all crude oil on Earth is made up, this abiotic mineral is made up because of Earth's pressure on top of these lava tubes that release methane as a release. That's creating this abiotic substance, and that's how we get it. So you're going to love it. Those are the three things I'm going to be talking about with volcanoes.
This is fun.
Hey, Bob, look at the face on the moon and Mars. Doesn't it look like Joey a little bit?
It looks like Joey's face.
Look at that face on the moon, right? Looks like Joey a little bit.
I think he looks more like the face.
Look at his mouth. Look, that's Joey.
Yes.
That's Joey.
And you know that face was not formed by any geological thing. No volcanoes, according to...
Okay, two Mandela effects before I go. Have you ever heard of daylight savings time?
Yes.
Have you, Gypsy Road?
David, hold on. Say it again.
Daylight savings time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, now it never was.
It has to be.
It's always been daylight saving with the SAVING, not S.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
And then what color are a beaver's teeth?
Yellow.
Don't look it up.
Yellow, right?
Okay,
what color is the beaver's teeth? Okay.
Don't look it up, Gypsy.
Oh, don't look it up. Oh.
I used to see them, so
I would think all teeth are white, and
well, they turn yellow because they get
no. Now they're orange. And they always have been. But you see, both of those aren't Mandela effects, meaning that parallel universes. Both of those are just common things that you see in cartooniture and stuff like that, of caricatures of things, or common slangs that people say wrong. It doesn't mean that we live in parallel universes.
Well, yeah, they always had yellow-orange teeth because
shit, they're orange. Wow.
Well, from the heartwood.
Yeah, but see, most people see drawings in cartoons and they see it white or whitish yellow, that would be the Mandela effect. No, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to show how easy it is to do the Mandela effect when there's actually simple explanations.
No, because of the heartwood in the tree. They actually gnaw down trees, and the center of the tree is always bright orange. It's the heartwood. It's actually the poop of the tree. It's the heartwood of the tree. It's orange. It's heavy oil. Mm-hmm. That's why it burns. That's why they always use heartwood for fires. It's orange in the center of the tree. That's where their teeth get orange stained. I don't know what they're
either that about. Or they eat a lot of Cheetos. And you don't have time to watch them all day long, so they could be.
I've never seen a beaver in my life with white teeth.
Be honest with you, I never stare at a beaver, so I
know, and that's that. I just do that for fun, for the Mandela effect, because like we need to discuss logical explanations or why you thought that.
They need a better toothbrush.
I guess maybe if you have maybe a palm tree, because they don't have any heartwood in a palm tree, so it's all white all the way through. So maybe their teeth are white if they have beavers on an island. I don't know what else to say about that. They've always had.
Well, that would be a big problem. Beavers on the island with all the coconut trees. Oh.
There is no beavers on the island, so there are no teeth beavers. They always have stained teeth from the oils from the heartwood from the tree. Okay, yeah, yeah. But daylight savings time, I know that one I wrote down on my calendar 1,000 times. But I don't know about the orange teeth. Yes, they've always had it. Yes.
Hey guys, God bless you. Thank you for having me on. And Gypsy, I look forward to coming on here soon whenever our schedules, work out.
You got it. We'll talk to you later, Joey.
I'll get back to the audience.
I see ya. Man, they should make a movie with a radioactive beaver growing large and having those orange teeth. Wouldn't that be a pretty good movie?
Yeah. But Eric, let me. Okay, this is a great subject. I'm happy he came on. Can you show the picture of the volcano one more time? The regular the cone-shaped volcano. Because here's the conspiracy. This goes back to Mars. Let me show you something. Okay. People are gonna go, I've never thought of this before. Now, I went to school for archaeology and I studied Egyptology, and I want you guys to see something here. And it's up to you what you want to think, though. So show that volcano again and the guts inside of it. Well, the picture, like the cartoon one.
Yeah. I wrote inside volcano.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys look inside of a volcano,
a better one. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect. If you guys look inside of a volcano, you're going to see that center tube, of course, where the lava comes out, whatever. You're going to see those side vents that come in and out. Now, if you guys look at the skeleton of a pyramid, the pyramids in Egypt or any pyramid in general, if you take a slice of a pyramid and look inside of it, you're also going to see those little vents that come off to the side. So basically, now this is a conspiracy. You guys throw it away. This is nothing real. But if you look inside of a pyramid, you have the same inside, the same inner guts, the same little vents that come off to the side is inside of a pyramid. And now you look at the inside of a volcano. It's the same guts. It's the same inside lining. So is it that these are not volcanoes, like as Joey says, that these are actually pyramids? Because if you look if you do a radar sonar and you look and you see the vents, it's the same exact design as inside of a pyramid, people, with the lines at the side. If you do it inside of a pyramid, Eric, if you take another picture of a pyramid inside and you look at the inside of a volcano, it's the same damn insides. It's most likely a coincidence because of the way things vent out pressurized. That's it. But it's unusual. Now, what if these volcanoes everyone talks about is technically a pyramid with just lots of substrate all over it? It's got the same insides. I'm just saying, maybe those aren't volcanoes, that these are pyramids that you're seeing around the back of the turtle, around the globe, around the flat earth, whatever you want to call it. They're just pyramids, not volcanoes. I
got to correct this comment. The comment says, Bob, will you tell your dog to shut up, mate? Technically, it's not his dog. It's probably my dog.
It's your dog. It's Eric's dog. I mean,
Hobbs wrote, I remember Dolly's braces. I never even thought about it a few years ago. I saw it at the cinema when I was 16. Dolly had braces. It is what made the scene make sense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Why I'm bringing this up is, see, when somebody says these kind of Medellas, I know this is not a Medella show, but these kind of Medellas I love hearing is because these are the kind of Medellas that we grew up with. That happened during our timeline. So what I'm saying is like Hobbs, I've watched Moonraker at the movies, and Bob has too. Why this one is a good one for us is because we remember it because we were at the movie theater.
Yeah.
People always say like I'm talking down on Medella. I'm not. When I talk down on a Medella, it's for the ones that we weren't even born on. So I can't even, since I never saw it firsthand, I can't even talk about it. But something like this and Star Wars, we grew up, we watched them when they first came out, not like a remaster 10 years later or 20 years later. So I like that, Hobbs, because I remember it too. It's the only way that that scene makes sense, because otherwise it's a creepy old man picking up on a young girl. It just doesn't, it seems creepy. It doesn't seem like it should happen. So that one is personal to Hobbs because I grew up on it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
I prefer the non-creepy version when I was raised with. Everything here in this place is creepy now. It made it creepy, and I'm like, come on, man. But so the volcanoes and pyramids have the same insides. So they look the same on the inside.
What's the dog on camera?
It's gone now. It's gone now. It took. I think they took it back inside because it was so loud.
Yeah, what's going on, guys, is we're one of our friends flew to California, so we're watching their third dog here. So now I got 3 dogs at this house. I got 3 dogs, and when one barks, they all start barking. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
What is this? I think the pyramids. I will discuss this when I join live next time. Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, Joey, if you want to have a show one day about the pyramids and all this, you let me know in advance and we can set something up so we could be more prepared of doing something on pyramids and all that. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, here's your research, Joey. Now look inside of the pyramids, the way their diagrams are, and look inside of a volcano. They're identical. They look the same. I'm not saying they are, but it does look the same. It's kind of weird. It's weird. Did they design pyramids? I mean, these are not volcanoes, but there might be pyramids. Again, it's a whole new stupid conspiracy that you guys have played with, fun with, and most likely it's not. So throw it away. But it is weird. Maybe you're seeing these volcanoes, and Joey's right. They're not volcanoes. They are pyramids with just natural substrate on top of them. They have the same guts as pyramids. Just saying, everybody. Take a long look at them volcanoes one more time. It might be pyramids.
Yeah. And I want to say, Tony wrote, hey, made it for the dolly braces. Haha, braces don't make sense, actually. He smiles first, doesn't know about the braces. And guys, hey, listen, that's the great thing about being open-minded in a way that we all have our own opinions, and that's fine. Everybody can have their own opinions as long as we don't shit on other people for having their own opinions. I don't mind hearing different people's opinion. For me, something, but if it's not for you, that's fine.
That's Tony's job.
That's his job. Hey, listen, everybody has their own opinions. It's fine.
He's a resident skeptic. He has to do that.
We live in a world where we're allowed to have our different opinions. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
At all. But Bob, you said it yourself, that especially with Medellas, that everybody has different things about it, different moments in life about certain things. Some people see certain things, some people don't. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, how can you criticize anybody when sometimes people say that maybe you just haven't woken up to it yet? If that's the case, if that's what you believe in, then you have to respect everybody's opinions.
Well, that's why I need a skeptic. You got to have your skeptic to pull you a little bit back. You go start slipping and sliding in there fucking too far, guys. You'll go a little crazy. So you need a skeptic to pull you back a little bit, slap you in the face, put a little cold water on you and say, hey, snap out of it, man. There's another reason for that. Okay. Thanks, man.
One fast example. C-3PO had a silver leg. Bob remembers all gold legs. Nothing. We don't fight each other about it. Like, Bob, you're wrong. Eric, no, you're wrong.
That's how I
thought on it.
And it's just my eyes. My eyes are different.
Listen, but Bob, both and I agreed that we can swear that we've heard Luke say, or Darth Vader say, Luke, I'm your father. We both kind of agree that we remember that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's right.
No.
I mean, this was fun. It's fun to have a discussion.
Yeah.
It's all fun. I mean, we could have huge discussions. You know, I love when we had a discussion on the Monopoly, and we traced it all the way back to the early 1800s when we found out that a woman created the game, and the guy stole her idea and took a game that's called the Landlord game, and this guy stole it and called it the Monopoly, and then the company Parker Brothers bought his rights and bought the rights to the woman who owned the Landlord game, put it all together, and you have the modern day Monopoly.
Well, I'm going to put Eric's going to have a new assignment. I've been asking Eric to do research on Cheese Whiz, the actual aerosol. From what I remember, the aerosol can Cheese Whiz used to be aerosol, but now, and it's always been a pouring bottle. It's always been poured out. I remember it like the aerosol Cheese Whiz, but it's another brand that it's always been the aerosol. So I told him, please research fucking Cheese Whiz. Find out why it somehow got mixed with the other one mistakenly by a lot of people. Well, not a lot, just a few of us.
Now, Bob, are my dogs, are they outside or inside?
They're outside now.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. You keep talking for a second.
So anyway, I think it was important to talk about volcanism, guys, when it comes down to talking about the face on Mars and other features of Mars. How did they get there? How did the face of Mars get there? How did anything get there without any volcanism? There's no volcanoes. There's nothing spewing from the substrate. How is it? Was it originally a volcanic fucking place? There's no evidence for any of that.
Guess what?
What's that?
That Bargy is actually the neighbor's dog. That's not our dog.
Oh, it's the neighbor's dog. Well, here's your dog then.
Oh,
here she comes.
Come on.
She's hyper.
Come on.
You're going to try to catch her to put her on camera, like catching a small bull. It's like catching a pig. It's a bulldog, English bulldog. Yes, dog. You want to put it on camera. So again, talk about the moon features. Well, how did the moon come about? Moon was supposed to be part of the Earth. It was formed from when the Earth was a planetesimal and it smashed.
All right. I got it.
That's the dog.
That's the dog.
God.
There she is.
Hello.
She's bigger and bigger.
She's huge. She'll knock you down. That's a puppy. English bulldog puppy. Oh.
There you go.
Keep her out of that room because I got things in there. She'll be going to my bag.
Uh-oh. She wants back in. Oh, look at her.
Well, be careful because I've got things out.
Oh, come on.
Erica's got a small room upstairs. That dog will go through my bags. Pull everything I have out.
Okay, I'll put her back outside.
That room. I'll find shoe marks in everything I own. All my stuff will have holes in it.
There you go. There you go.
There she comes. Hello. Elijah. Hello. Elijah.
Woo. Well, you got it. Whew. Okay.
All right.
That's a big dog. She's heavy.
Big dog.
She's a heavy dog.
Big dog.
She's only like 10 months old.
I know. Now she's growling. She wants back inside. She says, "Yeah, cold." I don't blame her. I'm about ready to hang this phone up because I'm freezing.
Well, we are gonna it is at our 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Now, guys, tomorrow, Gypsy, tomorrow I will I'll put in the community tab so people will know. I will be doing these aren't long shows on Thursdays and stuff. I will be doing a live show on my gypsyroad.live channel. So go to it, subscribe to my website, and then you'll be on my list to get my newsletters that I'll be sending out on Sundays. newsletters of upcoming shows and just topics that are going on in the world that we can put on. So guys, check it out and all that. And beyond that, we had a great time. I want to thank Joy for coming on. I think hearing a different point of view is always fun.
Yes.
Because I'm not supporting flat Earth or round Earth, but it's fun to have a point of view from different people. And it's healthy and it's great.
Yeah. And again, volcanism is relevant to Mars. So this conversation we had with Joey about the volcanoes, real or fake or whatever, is also relevant. Think of Mars, guys, because everybody's there. There's 3 fucking countries there this month, and there's more people planning on going on there. So when you guys think about Mars, think about the question of volcanism. Where is it? Is it a geologically active planet? Is it a dead planet? What is it? The moon, Phobos, is going to crash into it. Is that relevant to playing billions and trillions and gazillions of dollars into the space industry for a place that's dead? If you believe.
Yeah.
What are we going to the place dead?
Yeah. Check it out, Tony. You guys check it out. I got different links on there for different things. You can even get cryptocurrency numbers on there, right? Yeah. So, guys, we'll be back on Friday, and Friday will be kind of a more relaxed of a Q&A, kind of a show that day. You know, maybe I don't have like a direct subject for Friday. Friday is going to be kind of a relaxed, because since I've been working on the website, since this week I've been working on the website so much, it's been hard to 100% get dedicated to one subject. So Friday will be a lot of Q&A questions from you guys, and we'll look into the subject. We'll look into the Loch Ness monster on Friday.
Hell yes.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any truth to it. We'll see what Bob's opinions on the Loch Ness monster. We'll talk about that on Friday, and some Q&A, and I hope to see some of you guys tomorrow on my website. So beyond that, guys, we're going to end the show, and I want to say, everybody, have a good day. See you Friday, or I'll see some of you tomorrow. All right, guys, talk to you later.